All right, so social media. So as a guy with a personal brand who, when you were at your peak, social media wasn't necessarily what it is today.
We had Sky Pagers.
What, MySpace?
MySpace is just coming out, right.
So anyways, but then Twitter comes along, Facebook comes along, now it's Instagram, Snapchat. But at the end of the day, the platform has always been there, right? Like Ohio State has 100+ years of tradition. And when you're a running back at Ohio State, or maybe just a walk-on, or maybe a Heisman Trophy winner, to some respect, you have that platform, the alumni, the influence, the leadership that's associated with that school to tap into. Now you've got social media, and it makes the platform even more tangible. You have a number associated with your name that are your followers. And there also are people out there to go engage with that might not be your followers yet, but ultimately, through the jersey, while you have it, you have a shot to engage with people that you could create relationships with that will last after sports are over.
Right.
Talk about that as if you're an 18-year-old right now, or even you're just talking to your son, and how that responsibility works with your personal
To be
brand.
quite honest with you, I'm still trying to figure out the whole social media aspects as well. But on the surface, it's simple. You know, you're building your core audience, your consumers, right there on the spot. You know, I'm pretty sure if I came out, if I had the career today that I had back then, I would probably have 1 million followers.
Right.
But guess what? 1 million followers are going to listen to what I say, do what I do, buy what I buy, and pretty much listen to what I say and hold it as true. So that's, for every dollar, that's $1 million of profit that can go into your pockets if you play it right. So if you're looking at it from a business perspective, you know, it serves you to really filter what you're saying and putting out there in every aspect. What are you promoting? What are you saying? You've got to double and sometimes triple check what you're tweeting about or what you're putting on Instagram, because oftentimes it can play against you and you're a knee-jerk reaction to something that may happen in society, and you say something that's off kilter that doesn't vibe with everyone, you made a mistake. So you got to be careful about how you do it, and you can't rely on the emotional impulse. You got to really think about what you're putting out there and that the masses will see it, because the goal is not, you're not just catering to that group of followers, you're trying to attract others to what you're doing, and also to stay true to who you are. You know, I don't like it when someone just does it just to put on a circus to bring it along as an attraction if it's not who you are. You know, if you're authentic, you know, people will come and they will follow you because of that authenticity, not because of, you know, something that's fabricated or something that you think is cute at the time and doesn't have longevity or sustainable. So, you know, that's what I would say. I say it to my sons now. I say that to myself. You know, when I put stuff on social media, you know, what am I truthful about, and what do I want people to know about me, and how can I engage new followers to follow Eddie George and see what I'm doing?
You know, what's interesting to me about this topic is really this plays into just marketing 101, and a lot of people overlook it, but marketing 101 is, you know, picture a triangle. You have your message, you have your media, and you have your market. You have to define what your message is, and you want your message to work with the market, meaning your followers, that are following you. And so, like, you know who wants to see what Eddie George is up to? The Ohio State world. Because no matter what, you could have played for 10 teams in the NFL, you're always hooked to the Ohio State world, right?
Buckeyes reign supreme.
Yeah, Buckeyes reign supreme. So, like, even for a guy like AJ Green, right? In the NFL, I've said this, use him as an example. I don't know why I always use him, but he played at Georgia. When you analyze his followers on social, more than 50% of his followers, even though he's with the Bengals, big NFL star, are Georgia people. So how can you as AJ Green or you as Eddie George engage with those folks? And that's one example. It might be people at Montgomery Bell Academy. It might be whatever else, but creating a message that resonates with them instead of just throwing anything out there to be cool and maybe it's not even positive. What that can do to your brand, it can destroy it.
It can, and I've seen it done time and time again. I mean, you know, guys got to be careful of who they associate themselves with, and to see if they have their best interest at heart. because you can find yourself in a compromising situation, you know, like in bed with a girl,
Yeah.
take a picture of you while you sleep. I mean, that's
Happened after a Super Bowl a few
right,
years ago.
Right, and you know, pretty sure it was a good night, but that's not what you want. So you got to be careful of what you put out there. And again, you got to go back to the truth. Nothing resonates more than the truth.
That's right.
You can't
People
recreate the wheel.
People love truth.
Right. If it will resonate, it will strike a chord, it will move you, it will move your spirit. So if it's only 5 of those followers at first, continue to work on that. I wouldn't play into trying to serve everybody, because in the end, you spin yourself thin.
Yep.
And you find yourself really nowhere at the end of the ride. So
Yep.
you got to find out and know who you are.